Welcome to the First Choice.
Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to another week of Bastards Breakdowns. And I've not been doing anything for a couple of weeks, so I was just taking a little break, but I'm back now. And I am joined by Dr. Dad, formerly the Fan Dad Menace. How you doing, man?
All right, I forgot I put that up there. Yeah, it's very fitting for the movie we're about to jump right into. Let's go.
Yes, and the movie we're talking about is 1962 first cinematic Bond film, Dr. No, which, despite being the sixth book in the Bond series, is the very first movie, and it started the whole Bond franchise, while also kind of evolving it to become one of the biggest things that most spy films would take its lead from, while also making a big star out of Sean Connery, who was already a very charismatic actor who has done a few things, but this is the one that really made him a star. And it was all thanks to guys like Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman, who really went out their way to get this movie together. And it's a really rough, but still a very well-made start. You know, you can see there's still ideas. It's still finding its feet. It's still it's just starting off.
It's got plenty of flaws in there. Like,
yeah,
the script's okay. There's not a lot.
I mean, the mystery is good. I mean, it's not the big bombastic action-packed James Bond that we would know it. We would know it today. But it did sort of like start it all, though. It led on to something that would blossom into something really fucking truly beautiful until it got blown to smithereens in 2021.
Literally.
Yep. So joining the panel, the chat. Sorry, Nix. Nice to meet you, man. I can meet you. Yeah, I already know you. Sorry. Yeah, nice to see you on again, man. Yeah. Why are we late? And who do we blame this time? I think we're
me.
Late, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, hello, Toxic. Thanks for joining us. Razor, hey, I think it's been a while, has it?
My mate, Ray.
Yeah. 62, that was even before Fandad was born. Oh, yeah, big.
Shut up. Shut up, Ray.
Nearly 65 years. Nearly 65 years as well.
Aye. Crazy. I think that it went on for how long has it been? 60 years?
Yeah, the last one was 2021, which was just below 60 years, and we're still waiting on that new Bond, but who knows what's going to happen now with Amazon in charge of it. And from what I heard from Barbara Broccoli, she was not too happy about it. She called them a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know what they're doing, and I do not hold out
anything to do with it, though. Can she put any
sort of thing? She can't. No, she can't anymore.
Just sold it on.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is going to do whatever the fuck he likes with this, including a Miss Moneypenny spin-off for some reason. And I don't get that. Why? She was a great amount of character. She doesn't deserve to have. She doesn't need to have her own adventures. It's not about deserving. It's about needing. She's a character that is great just the way she is.
I don't know
We
what,
don't always need to change them all
what
the
could
time.
they possibly do with a Money Penny character. I have no idea.
I know,
Anyone
she's just a
who's gonna
secretary.
come up with a synopsis,
I
please
know,
tell me.
yeah. Oh yeah, she could do laws because she's the greatest, and you're just a sexist white male who's oppressing women. Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
sorry about that. It's just force of habit, you know. But are they going to send her on adventures? She's not even an agent. She's
I know. I mean, they tried to do that with her in the Daniel Craig films, and it just didn't feel right. You know, I mean, not every fucking kick-ass character needs to be an action hero. Sometimes, because Moneypenny is just an ordinary woman. Bond is this larger-than-life character. You know, that's why they have this great chemistry together. Whenever you see them on a screen, sort of like flirting and going back and forth. You know, Bond is the one that goes on the adventures. You know, Miss Moneypenny is the secretary, and I think that's one of the few things I liked in her Spectre was that she was on the phone while some random guy was in her bed. You know, it's like, okay, she's just an ordinary woman who works in the government, and that's it.
yeah.
But yeah, moving on from Moneypenny, we're here to talk about Doctor No, the film that really started it all. And you know, even though there was loads and loads of fucking legal problems going on, you know, with Ian Fleming and McClory over this script that would later be used for Thunderball. Harry Saltzman and Broccoli were still. They somehow got this going as well, and I think they went through a lot of financial as well. And
I had no idea.
Sean Connery.
What was the controversy? Was the
Yeah, there was something
original
about
script for this
McClory
used for Thunderball? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, there was something with McClory and Whittingham who apparently worked on the script, and once they found out like Ian Fleming was using it for his novel, the Thunderball novel, there was this big fucking lawsuit, and it went on for years and years and years, and that's why you didn't really see Blofeld in For Your Eyes Only, even though it's clearly him, but legally they couldn't say it was because there was a lot of fucking because he owned a lot of the rights to a lot of the characters, Blofeld, etc. It was it's a crazy thing,
isn't it? It's like almost like Lord of the Rings, isn't it? Where you can have certain characters, but you can't have different sets of law, or you can't have locations, or mention certain things, like what Amazon did, and then they just ended up making shit up, didn't they?
Oh yeah, yeah. And Proctor Fowl, thanks for joining us. And yeah, and as we come by, apart from the legal troubles as well, you know, which I'm probably guessing is why this was the first book to be made, because I think Casino Royale had some rights troubles as well with because Ian Fleming had sold the television movie rights to some company. I can't remember what, and it was only for like just $1,000, and he totally regretted it as well. But he needed the money, so Casino Royale was out as the very first fucking Bond adventure.
Sort of. It was David Niven, wasn't it? I don't even think he was.
Yeah, you're talking about the spoof. Yeah, because I think that deserves a stream of its own, or Casino Royale, because the production on that was a shit show. I mean, you should watch the documentary on that, but we'll save that for another time, though. But
yeah.
But as we get to Doctor No now, we've got the casting of Sean Connery as well, who most people, including Fleming, thought he looked way too rough to be this very sort of debonair, suave, clean-cut spy, and but he fucking pulls it off, though. He really does. And he was a working-class Scotsman who was working all these, working-class jobs, just ordinary blue-collar jobs. Definitely an old-school kind of guy. He was one of us. And he plays the quintessential English gent.
He did a very good job, didn't he?
Yeah, still the best.
I mean,
he's still the best Bond. I mean, he gets... And this is a good introduction to the character. I mean, there is references to the book as well, which I really like. And if you've read From Russia with Love, the original novel, you will get the fucking reference when he first has his briefing with M.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yeah, enough of me rambling on. When was the first time you saw Doctor No or came into knowledge of it?
Me, I've got no idea. I have seen it because I remember that the dragon truck thing on the island.
Yeah, like the tank, wasn't it?
Yeah, I do remember that. I don't remember when I saw this, but what I do know is that when I was in what we called junior school at the time, um, would have been about 7 or 8. Every Wednesday night we had a film club, and some guy would bring a 16 millimeter projector machine in, and they would play films, and we saw things like Creature from the Black Lagoon, um, and a lot of Bond movies from what I can remember. I'm sure I saw the likes of Thunderball and Goldfinger. I can't remember this one being one of them, though. I don't think, for what this film is, that kids would have probably sat and watched this for 2 hours, because there's a lot of sort of, it's not so much exposition, but there's a lot of sort of character building and world building.
Yeah.
Bit of a slow burn. It's not action packed per se, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a bit more realistic to the spy. There's a lot of investigating and collecting
yeah,
intel,
yeah,
isn't there? But,
definitely.
as a not, I mean, I did like this as a kid, but as I got older now, I kind of appreciate the more nuances in the,
Yeah,
like when he goes to see Dent and he's talking about the findings that Strangway's found, and he's like, oh, it's thrown away, it was worthless, and he couldn't have found it. The crap key is logically possible, and you can sort of see that Bond knows Dent is lying.
yeah.
He knows Dent is trying to cover his ass.
Some of the accents in this movie were great as well. They are proper sort of King's English guys, aren't they? You don't see a lot of that now, if
This is
any.
really good. This is very jolly good. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
I say, Bond, what kind of
No, yeah.
yours? Would you mind awfully using the Walther? Not that outdated Beretta?
Yes, I know. And this was before the Beretta was an awesome pistol in 80s movies. It was like this really shitty, tiny ladies' gun that didn't really have a lot of stopping power. I don't know if you ever watched that little documentary infomercial thing called The Guns of James Bond, where it's a really old black and white one where this guy called Major Boothroyd, whose name was then incorporated into a character, actually complained about Bond using the Beretta. He said,
wasn't Barry Enfield, was it?
Major Boothroyd, women, know your limits.
Women and pistols.
Yeah, it was he's a very sort of like very portly Scotsman. He looks like he could be fucking tough as well. He had a really old school sort of like curled mustache and everything, and he was and he actually complained. Even though he loved the books, he used to write to Ian Fleming saying, listen, I think that James Bond would probably end up getting killed if he was using that bloody Beretta. He needs to use something a bit more practical with some stopping power. And he would, and then Dr. No, the novel came out, and Bond was using the Wolff for PPK from now on.
Yeah.
I mean, there was it's crazy, and they became good friends as well, and it's a good documentary as well. I mean, you can see him. He would have preferred James Bond to use a fucking Magnum, but there's something a bit subtle about the Wolff for PPK. I mean, the Magnum's good, but you need to. I think that's more suitable for the more bombastic,
stealthy, isn't it? I don't think you would have a silencer for a Magnum 357 or whatever, but it's something you can conceal about yourself.
Oh, sorry, I got this comment off and it came off. Yeah, David Wilson, thanks for joining us. And unless they make how Moneypenny started an OnlyFans documentary, I don't care.
Boosh.
I searched for Moneypenny. Yeah, sorry. What were you going to say?
Boosh McFadden's in the house.
Yeah, Boosh McFadden, how you doing? Yeah, 111.
Hey.
I searched for Moneypenny on OnlyFans, and well, they asked for money, and it was quite a bit of pretty penny. I hope you're having a good time, man. I hope you're enjoying your Friday as well. We're just talking about the very first Bond film, Dr. No, which, while still a little rough around the edges, there is still something to appreciate about it as well.
Look at what it paved the way for, though. My God.
Yeah, it did. Right
up to modern day. Even up to like the Mission Impossible movies and Jason Bournes and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a gamble for Saltzman and Broccoli because outside of the books, really, I think he only became a bit more well known because JFK was a big fan of the books.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he was still a little bit kind of lesser known outside of the book world, but I'll have to ask people who were around there during the time to give some proper context. Yeah, first time I've
No,
seen this movie dubbed in Hungarian, back when the only way to see a good movie in my country was to point the antenna towards the neighbouring countries. I have a feeling they're still doing that now. You must be the only person with advanced technology, Nix. Who knows? United Artists was trying something new. They achieved it. Yeah, because it fucking works. Because after that, we had From Russia with Love, which really evolved the story. And then we got Goldfinger, which
yeah,
really gave it
that's
its
the one everybody remembers, isn't it? Goldfinger. It's
yeah.
iconic. Everything about it's iconic. It's
Yeah, this is the one that really made the Bond films really stand out and become this
yeah,
big
they were.
franchise, because that's where he started getting the trippy title sequences with the gorgeous women and the
Yeah.
with the big bombastic title songs and the gadgets and the cars and everything. And
To be fair, this one had a pretty, from what I can remember, pretty decent stab at it. Had a decent opening set of titles and whatnot.
yeah,
Colourful, sort of psychedelic, getting into the 60s swing of it, sort of thing.
I know, because it was still kind of coming off the 50s, wasn't it? And was
Yeah.
almost, it wasn't the swinging 60s yet, was it? It was getting there though.
It's not fully there. It's probably just getting into the Cold War era, wasn't it? Sort of thing.
Oh yeah. This is definitely something that was going on there as well. And
But I mean, for the budget and the amount of money it made, like just over $1 million to make this film, and it took nearly $60 million at the box office. Like, to do almost 60 times your budget in those days, that's no mean feat. That is not to be sniffed at. 59.5 million it's got here, the box office takings.
I know,
So
it was
yeah,
a big risk, because it became a big franchise for fucking
Yeah.
decades. I mean, this is
I think the book
Probably
sales
was.
went through the roof as well after this. Did you see it was the 6th novel in the set? Something
Yeah.
around there, wasn't it?
yeah, because From Russia with Love will come after this in the movies, but this film, the book to Dr. No came after From Russia with Love, and apparently James Bond apparently died in From Russia with Love. Rosa Klebb kicked him with the poison-tipped dart, and
Oh,
he dies at the end, but apparently it ends with him falling down, losing consciousness. Apparently he's dead, but then there was some demand to bring him back, so
she had a
so
knife
apparently-
in her shoe, didn't she?
yeah.
Dirty bitch.
So yeah, it's,
That's a filthy trick, that, like.
yeah. Ian Fleming's fucking killed him twice, to be honest. Killed him
Was
in
he?
From Russia with Love, but then brought him back, and then killed him in You Only Live Twice, then brought him back for The Man with the Golden Gun.
Did you know Ian Fleming wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Oh yeah, I know.
I just found
Not
that
only
out
that,
today.
I think he was like a
What?
half cousin of Christopher Lee as well.
Was he?
Yeah, well,
Was
some
all the right
relationship though as well, and obviously they knew each other as well, because they both worked in World War. They were both served World War II. Ian Fleming was a secretary for the real life Ungentlemanly Warfare Ministry, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think
Some boy.
there's claims Christopher Lee was part of it as well, but I've not really seen anything concrete at the moment about it. So
Well, we all know Christopher Lee knows how to dispatch a person, don't we?
Oh yeah. You see that
Give him his,
interview with him where Peter Jackson was saying, "Do you know what sound? What a sound! Oh, what's the fucking sentence there? Do you know the sound makes when you stab a person?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, because there's a scene where he's getting stabbed, wasn't he? In the
by was it Worm Tongue? Stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, most memorable Bond film for me is probably The Man with the Golden Gun. Christopher Lee was awesome, and it ends with Roger Moore fighting the midget. It is one of my least favorite Bond films, but it's Christopher Lee that makes that fucking film work, though. And I'm already editing a lot of like Bond reviews as well. I've just done a View to a Kill. I'm gonna try and do Living Daylights sometime this week and get it ready for November. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I need to fucking
Put some slides on. Have you pressed the live button?
Slides. Yep, just let me get the slides on here. It's for the gallery. Oh, Jesus.
Have you pressed the live button, you fucking tatey?
No. Some of the old images are coming up from a fistful of dollars. Why? I mean,
Right,
delete that shit. No, I thought I deleted that shit.
Yeah. Practically the same film, isn't it?
Yeah. What's going on here?
You've broke it, haven't you?
Okay, I've got that. Alright. Okay, let's have a look. I do apologise. Oh, Jesus Christ, oh man. Oh, let's try and find it. But okay, we can probably go through the beginning anyway until I get to where we need it. There was this. You got the big fucking Bond, barrel, the very first one as well, and it's not Sean Connery in it. It's like some stuntman, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it looked a bit strange. It doesn't have the same
Yeah
sort of, theme tune going on. Doesn't it? You just hear a gunshot, I think, don't you? It's not as bombastic as the following episodes, as it were. But nonetheless, it goes into that sort of psychedelic 60s ensemble.
But it is still a great theme to it. It encapsulates everything about the character. It's smooth, but then the shot goes off. It starts off smooth with a da 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 da. Then he shoots at the screen, and it goes da 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 da. So it shows he's very smooth, but he's also very dangerous as well. And that is pretty much James Bond. He's smooth. He's very cat-like. He's very he's very classy, but at the same time, he's this dangerous, ruthless, cold-blooded bastard. Who you should not fuck with, no matter how polite he seems.
Don't mess with that guy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm nearly at the end of Fistful of Dollars. I mean, I'm sure I fucking deleted this last time.
Getting there?
Here we go. Yep. Yeah, we're on to the psychedelic title sequence.
Psychotropic.
Yeah, and it's not really that good. It's just these little fucking dots, and that's about it, really.
Yeah.
It's nothing really too excited about. I mean, they would get some better ones. You'd get the Golden Girl in Goldfinger. You'd get the fucking Weird Creek one in A View to a Kill, which to this day I still think is one of the worst of the title sequences in the Bond films. It's just too weird. It
turns into some kind of Jamaican sort of song as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, you see these people dancing, these little silhouettes.
Three blind mice turn up.
Yeah, three blind mice.
Fuckers, eh?
Yeah. And this is Strangways, and he's sat there with Dent, and we're very unassuming. These very posh English gents in Jamaica who it's like the equivalent to the natives in Hawaii who've been there for 3 years but already consider themselves natives for some reason. It's like
yeah,
Strangways is like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call and do English gent stuff, stiff upper lip stuff, like. And then these Jamaicans just fucking assassinate him, and he doesn't waste no fucking time. I mean, what the hell, man? These aren't blind people.
Put about 11 bullets in him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then they went and shot his secretary, poor lass.
Yeah. I know, she's just a fucking woman doing her job, and that's this really stupid quick cut as well when they smash the window and shoot her. But
yeah, it's pretty horrific. Like,
I know.
I don't know what sort of certificate this was given when on release, but it's. I mean,
I don't think
I'm just assuming from like being in the 60s that it's not something that people were sort of used to. But it lets you know exactly what kind of movie you're in straight away. 2 people gone.
Yeah, I don't think they had them back then as well, these certificates. I think it was around about the 70s when they started doing the X ratings, and then I think there's something along there anyway. Yeah, she's still laughing. She's got to be in her fucking Nancy's now, though.
Who's that?
It's cool. And he's from the school that loves and leaves them. Yeah.
What's
for the love of God, put your background on Dark Mode.
Is that octopus? Background on Dark Mode. You just flashbanged us.
It is on Dark Mode. It was the gunshot.
Pachow.
Yeah, so they've gone through all these files as well, and let me find it again. Nope, wrong one here.
They realise there's no communication from stranglers. Is that the way it plays out?
So they've realised there's no communication, and the Jamaicans have stolen the files on Doxy North, so obviously they're covering their tracks over something. So yeah. It's like, oh my god, our secretary isn't getting in touch with us. Something must be wrong. I don't know. She might be taking a big shit on the toilet. Who knows? Maybe she ate something I disagreed about. Give her time. Then I realise, oh my god, she's not going to shit anymore. We need to get Bond down here.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah. We get this very young, dapper-looking lad saying, hey, I'm looking for totally not James Bond, but he is James Bond. We're secret agents. We're not secret agents. So ignore the saying thing. Just give me James Bond.
Yeah, who's that? I thought that character was going to be Felix Leiter for some reason, but turned out to be Jack Lord, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, still, apart from the guy who played him in Live and Let Die and License to Kill, maybe, Jeffrey Wright as well. I actually do like Jeffrey Wright as Felix Leiter, but Jack Lord seems to be much more faithful to the original the original book version of Felix Leiter, because he has that kind of JFK kind of swagger to him. And he always kind of got that with him in the books. He's kind of got that very smooth sort of like Texas gentleman sort of thing going on.
I think he's very much a sort of American version of Bond, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So sort of.
Bond's a bit more quintessential, while Felix Leiter is kind of like he seems like someone who's come from humble beginnings, but has managed to sort of like what's that fucking term? Well, clean themselves up good anyway, for the lack of a better term. Anyway, so yeah.
Aye, I know what you mean.
But this is such a great introduction as well. I mean, we've got this beautiful woman called Sylvia Trench. What's the name of the actress? Let me get her up. Fucking hell, I am always underprepared here.
Come on, sort your life out, son.
I know, I'm very disorganised.
Sort your life out. I should have had it up as well.
Yeah, what's her name? Come on. Sylvia Trench, where are you?
Eunice Gayson. Eunice.
Yeah. Very, very attractive woman as well, and she's flirting with Bond.
She's not hard to look at.
Yeah. She's a good little gambler as well. She's taking a risk, and Bond's like, I admire your courage, Mrs. Trench. Sylvia Trench. I admire your luck, Mr.
Name's James.
Bond. James Bond. And the thing is, though, it's just him sort of like playing with her a little bit, because she said her last name, then the first name, then last name, and Bond's just sort of like flirting with her. But it's this little kind of flirtatious that's made his delivery very iconic. The last name, the first name, and the last name. You badass.
Now get to bed.
I know. And he just encapsulates everything on that screen all at once. The class, the suaveness. And he looks like a guy who can fuck someone up when he needs to.
Yeah, he's just oozing man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of become the epitome of the man's man.
Manliness.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I love that as well. You see all the smoke going on because people fucking smoked indoors. They didn't give a shit. It was like...
hospitals, shops... You go for a doctor's appointment, and he was going through a 10-pack of Bensons while he was giving you your prescription.
And the thing is, though, I am 5 years older now than he was then.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
24.
I am nearly 37. He was like 32.
Blimey.
Yeah, it probably might have been 31 when I was shooting it. I don't know.
They were all built differently then.
Yeah, I know as well. Plus, he lived a bit more of a harder life. He was in the Navy as well. He loved his cigs. He loved his drink as well. But he was always in good shape. He was a bodybuilder, everything. And this is like we don't get men that look like this at this age anymore. They look they look like kids.
What about Timothy Chalamet for Bond? How about a bit of that?
I know he's surprisingly old enough, but yet he looks too pretty. He's too pretty.
Yeah, he'd buckle.
I know, because now you have to
Tall
get
like
an
a
actor
picture.
that's in their 40s now to play him. It's
Yeah, it's got to have
pushing a lot.
that.
You don't look over it. Sorry,
Good lad, Nix.
yeah, so obviously he has to leave her as well. It's like, I've just got a call. I got to do spy stuff.
Yes, I've got two
Spy
shots.
stuff. Yeah, always emphasize the S even when there isn't. Every time there's a word that begins with an S, emphasize the H. Sorry, emphasize the H. And this is the first encounter with him and Moneypenny, Lois Maxwell, who's she was kind of a good-looking woman back then as well, and she almost played Sylvia Trench. She was, and she only agreed to take this part because apparently her husband was ill, and she had to get some money quick to pay the rent. And even though they were too keen on her because she looked like she smelled of soap, which was a weird.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's apparently one of the
Who
producers
told
said
you that?
she looks like she smelled of soap. So
That's
it was
not
either.
a bad thing. I've smelled worse.
No, what? I was like, that's a weird thing to say, but yeah, apparently it was. They eventually decided to, give her a small role, either play Sylvia Trench or Moneypenny, and she chose Moneypenny because she didn't want to be in a role where she wanted to reveal too much. So yeah, and it was probably the smartest choice because she would play that role well until 1985, and she's still my favourite Moneypenny. She's still
How many was she in then?
14 of them. I think I'm trying to think which one,
Really?
which is the one that doesn't have her in now. I'm trying to think. But the chemistry, they're already giving off some great chemistry as well. Like she's kind of got a bit of a thing for him as well, and he's obviously liking her,
all
but
the way through. Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
but she knows what kind of a guy he is as well. His hair, and she accepts it as well. She just sort of plays off with him.
But it does my tits in that they say, like, modern day cinema, there's no room for this kind of thing. And I'm just sort of paraphrasing there. But there is, because she obviously fancies him, he fancies her, they have a little bit of flirt, there's no harm done. He's not assaulting the lass. You know what I mean? He's not dragging her around the floor. It's a mutual thing that they've got going on, and it has a great sort of chemistry on screen, and it gives the boys and girls in the audience something to get their teeth into.
Yeah, plus they're working together as well. He can't really start shagging her, otherwise it'll probably cost him his job a little bit and make things difficult.
It's just that little bit of tension, though. There's a bit of sexual tension there, and it just makes the whole scene interesting. If he walked past her and said, "Moneypenny, is my appointment ready?" Yeah, go in, James. And like, what would be the point?
Yeah, and I like the fact that she's not incredibly amazingly attractive. She's just a very attractive woman, normal attractive,
Yeah.
And once again, this is great exposition, introducing this character visually as well, without people sort of telling you what to think of this character. He's very straight. He's very professional as well. He's very good with the ladies. He's very smooth. He's very charming, and we see that charm with him. And you can see him using that charm with Sylvia Trench and Moneypenny. And this is where we meet M, played by Bernard Lee, who I've still, apart from Judi Dench's, I'm still trying to think who's my favourite M, him or the Judi Dench version, because
she's pretty good.
He's got this no-nonsense approach to him, Bernard Lee, as well. He's like he's very straight to the point, and he doesn't fuck about. He's
extremely British, isn't he? He's very militaristic, isn't he?
Yeah, he seems like a very old school army guy. He probably was in good shape, but put on a bit of weight because he was behind his desk all the time, and he was smoking a lot and probably drinking a lot of sherry behind that desk as well, which back then you could fucking drink in your workplace and no one would say shit. I love that.
Yeah,
they always have these fucking businessmen always have offices with all this fucking aged liquor, don't they?
It's just brandy and whiskey, and
I know. It's like
get it down, yeah. It's what Britain The
Yeah,
backbone of Britain, brandy.
Yeah.
Get it down you.
People need to get fucking drunk at the workplace, Morgan. They don't. We'll probably get this country back on track if they don't.
Yeah, exactly. Bring back the bottle. That's what I say. Here, here. But yeah, he's he's in charge, even though he's got a bottle of whiskey behind his desk. I think probably Bond could probably run rings around him and sort of manipulate and coerce him, but he doesn't out of respect, because I think he knows.
I know.
He knows exactly who M is and what he represents, I think.
Yeah, plus there's that respect as well. There's that respect as well. It's because he probably does trust M as well, and M even says since I've started running MI6, there's been a 40% drop in double O casualties. So he knows what he's doing. And he comes across it as well, the way he conveys himself, because that's an actor's job. They're pretending a character, but they still have to convince that they could be that kind of guy in real life. Almost make you fool into thinking they are like that. Yeah. So now it gives us a bit of exposition as well about the whole plot, because it's natural as well. He's filling in James Bond about what is happening as well. Like there's some stolen missiles here that's gone missing, and not, and that Strangways is killed. There's been no contact with him for a good long time, so something's up. And obviously Bond is one of his best agents, so he wants to put him on the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Emma's pretty much booked him to go on fucking Jamaica straight away as well. It's like, he's like, you don't waste no fucking time. He's straight to the point, very businesslike. I love this Emma. I know.
This situation is happening right now, Bond. Get on that plane. No time to lose, because the more time we ponder and deliberate, the more time for the bad guys to get away.
I know. This never gets fucking paid off, though. He says you'll get background papers at the airport in a self-destructor bag. We don't see a bag self-destruct anywhere in this fucking film. So
no, I was waiting for that to happen.
I know, that's kind of cool.
It's usually 5 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think this is kind of like the very first. No, not Major Bullfroyd, is it? Quartermaster, anyway. I think he's called Bullfroyd, though.
It's Q, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's basically like an early prototype to Q before. Yeah,
he doesn't actually call him. I think he calls him Armourer at one point.
Yeah. And this is where he gets his Beretta replaced with a Wolff PPK. And I love how Bond is very sort of like trying to convince him to keep his Beretta. And it's like, well, I've used it for 10 years. It's never let me know before. And he's like, yeah, but you got fucking injured when it jammed on you. And you spent a good while in the hospital. You carry a new weapon, and the armor actually fucking kind of insults his gun as well. It's like, nice and light in a lady's handbag.
Yeah, he does.
Oh God, I just love the way these people talk in these old movies.
Would you like a tactical purse for that, Bond?
I know, fucking hell. We don't talk. Yeah, they don't talk like us. They don't.
No, nobody does.
Yeah, see the scum, Bond? Fucking shit in it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we fucking have.
Gives that piece of shite here, lad.
Yeah, it seems like a good gun that's only good for close range. Like if you're maybe shooting someone in the back of the head a few times, real
or
close.
Maybe club them to death with it, maybe.
Yeah.
It's about
it. You can always throw it at them. It's like, if it jams on me, I'll just throw it at him next time. And if I'm lucky, I might hit him in the balls. Yes, but obviously, either he accepts the weapon or he goes back to standard intelligence duty. So yeah, Bond does give in, he complies because it's like, okay, because he does trust M. He obviously trusts M, but at the same time, he's not afraid to sort of question him a little bit either. So he's not just he's not a total blunt instrument that will follow orders. Sometimes he does think for himself, and once again, you're getting that on screen straight away. Yeah, and he even sort of sneakily tries to leave with the Beretta as well. So, because he kind of shows he's stuck in his ways a little bit also. He has a trouble. I think he has a little attachment to some of his to what he likes. He's very particular. Because in the book, he is a very particular guy. I mean, if you read the books, they go into great detail about what he likes for breakfast. He always has to have these scrambled eggs done in olive oil with little bits of rasher bacon, and it's yeah, and it has to be the proper food, the proper drinks. There's a real air of snobbery in the books, which is obviously Ian Fleming sort of projecting his own sort of snobbery a tiny bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, now he's back at his hotel, but then he hears some commotion going round. He thinks it could be someone ready to kill him. And I love that he takes the shoes off as well to sneak in. Leave no noise. Don't want to hear the shoes clomping around. And then it's Sylvia Trench and their lovely, lovely pins.
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
So well, it's not Q then.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought you were Q. I was getting very horny then. He was going to show me a few of his gadgets in the bedroom.
It's something we don't get in this movie is gadgets, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very more espionage and
really down to earth.
Yeah, this is like it does feel a bit more realistic to the whole spy film. There's still that glamour there, isn't there? Because he's still this very impeccably dressed, handsome guy,
with his what is it, Anthony Sinclair suit.
Yeah, Savile Row, I think. Maybe Savile Row. I think he mentioned Savile Row. While we're on the subject of his suits, I mean, this is a very fascinating thing as well, because they would give him these tailored suits, and the trouble is that they wanted to make sure that he could do the action in the suits without them getting creased. So we've got this special tailor with this special material. They made these suits, and they said, "Now I want you to spend the night in bed and sleep in that suit." And if it's and he did, and the suit still looks impeccable.
Yeah, mohair suit, you see.
Yeah.
Anthony Sinclair of London made his suit. I read a little bit about, because I was trying to see how much one of these suits would cost, with it only being sort of, I don't know, would you say $1 million at that time? Was it sort of a minimal, or was that quite a large budget? I don't really know.
Probably was. I mean, fucking hell, I have trouble affording a Primark suit these days. Never mind the fucking Anthony Sinclair or mohair suit.
I think he had 3 or 4 of them made. One of them was about £77, I think it was.
£77? Well, it probably was a lot back then.
Today's money, you're looking at like 12 or 1300.
Whoa, that's pricey.
So I mean, to spend that much on the wardrobe, so you're looking at like 4 or 5 grand.
This was back in the days when you still had shillings and half a pennies and farthings and all that stuff.
Yeah, threatening bit.
Fucking inflation. So I think he gets he gives her a good little shag before he heads off to Jamaica, And once again, and there's Jack Lord as Felix, but you never know it's because he's supposed to meet him, isn't he? But you don't know who this guy is. He looks very shady. He's got these Audrey Hepburn sunglasses for some fucking reason. I mean, they look like fucking Jackie Onassis sunglasses. We'll see him later, but once again, a bit of visual exposition as well that shows just how smart Bond is as well, and how experienced he is in the job, because this fucking chauffeur, this valet guy shows up to, this driver says, I'm here to take you to the headquarters, and okay, well, give me a minute, I just need to make a call. To check the reservation, and he's obviously checking to see that this driver is fucking legit, and his suspicions are correct. That the driver is a fucking
hoodlum.
He's a baddie. He's a
villain.
Yeah.
He's a blackguard, sir. You are a blackguard.
Yeah, there's obviously some guy sent to kill him, but once again, it shows just what kind of a guy Bond is. That he knows this stuff. He's probably been in this situation a few times. He knows all the fucking tricks. And I love that smile as well. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play with this bastard for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks. He's a guy who kind of has fun with it a bit as well. So I thought, why not? I'm onto this guy. I'm gonna have a good laugh with him. And once again, look at these sunglasses. These look like fucking ladies' sunglasses.
It looks like his nana.
It's like
his nana loaned him them.
Yeah, come on. They should have just gave him some fucking Ray-Bans aviators. Was Ray-Bans around in the 60s? I don't know.
Don't know if aviators. There might have been. actually.
Apart from that, he looks fucking good. He's got this very fucking finely fitting suit. He's got that good head full of hair there, and then he's got these fucking sunglasses that make him look like a transsexual Audrey Hepburn. It's
Apparently, aviator sunglasses were invented
yeah,
in the 1930s. So
yeah, no,
it was Bausch and Lomb. I know for a fact Bausch and Lomb did something with Ray-Ban when they brought a line of aviators out. There's some really boring info for you folks.
Get back on track, become an alcoholic like an old human being. Yeah, a quote that should be on your gravestone.
Probably will be. I'll
Yeah.
insist on it, actually.
Yeah, so obviously he sees that someone's tailing him as well, and it's like, and the driver's like, "Hey, someone's following us. It's totally not the guys who are on your side. I mean, I'm
the buddies.
I'm totally not a bad guy who's trying to kill you to cover up for some nefarious evil being."
Yeah.
So obviously it's like, "Well, try and lose him, will you?" So he loses him, and then Bond just puts the fucking gun to his head and is like, I knew you were not a legitimate driver. I checked with the headquarters. He thinks you're a lying bastard. So who sent you? So he throws him out. The guy tries to fight him, and Bond just fucking pummels him. And once again, bit of exposition. You know he's tough. He can handle himself in a fight. He's not to be fucked with.
Let me have a cigarette.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I tell you, let me have a cigarette. And he bites into it, and he starts fucking choking. He's like, the cyanide is fucking poisoning him, and he's like, to hell with you.
Done and dusted.
Yep. And once again, it adds little pieces as well. It adds a little bit more to the kind of guy Dr. No is as well. The fact that they're willing to kill themselves to avoid...
exactly.
Yeah, Dr. No.
Why would you? What would be the worst outcome?
Yeah.
Obviously, his boss is worse than cyanide, so
I know.
A bit of exposition for the folks in the audience.
I know. It does make me laugh. Yeah.
Without going to great lengths and just explaining everything, like what you get.
I know. Once again, visual as well. If they're killing themselves to avoid a bollocking from their fucking boss, then yeah, it must be one hell of a fucking bollocking.
Yeah, it probably involves shark tanks or alligators or something.
Yeah, I love that line as well when he just drives up to headquarters with the fucking dead body in the back and is like, "Driver, make sure he doesn't get away."
I thought he was going to say, "Do not disturb my friend. He's dead tired." But somebody else.
Once again, it's like, okay, so he's ruthless, and at the same time, he has a very sort of dark sense of humor, which is like something you got to have as well. I mean, you're dealing with very fucking violent situations that will probably traumatize you, but yeah.
Not this guy. And they carried that on throughout, like every Bond movie. That sort of those one-liners, that dark sense of humor.
I know, and it's not only that we're getting a bit more of the paranoia aspects of spying as well, like leaks and malls and people who aren't to be trusted because he's only just got off Jamaica and already someone's out to fucking kill him. Someone knows who he is. So now, so he talks to the guy at the headquarters to try and talk to the people who last spoke to Strangways. And so he goes to Strangway's place to do some investigating, and obviously the communication stuff is all fucking dead now. And it will be for a long time. And he's not going to be able to find $1,000 no because the Jamaicans fucking killed him. The ones faking to be blind so they can get disability benefits. They're lying bastards. So, yeah. So now he finds this little receipt with for Dent to check some samples. So he's got a clue there, and it is like a detective story, but with spies, and I kind of like that as well. It's got it's a very sort of travelogue and noirish sort of adventure, and I really like that. Yeah, not only that, another picture with some Jamaican guy, and it looks like he's one of the guys that drove the car that tailed him as well. So yeah, a lot of suspicion is going around here. Way too many coincidences, and once again, it builds a bit of intrigue straight away. I love that. I just love this. So yeah, he's going to meet the other guys at the club. So yeah, obviously he's getting changed as well, and I love these little moments as well that you don't see in the Bond films anymore as well, where he sets up little, just sort of these little kind of, I can't really think, but he sort of like does little things like put the hair between the closet doors, bit of talc powder on the briefcase, so he knows when someone's been in his room.
Around. Yeah,
because he has to know. Do they know where he's staying as well? They already know that he's there. They know who he is, but do they know where he's staying? And he has to know. It gives him an idea of how much they know, and how wary he has to be.
Well, he
You
can't.
never see that in new Bond films anymore. I love it when he's sort of checking around for bugs to see if no one's keeping tabs on him.
Yeah,
it feels very much real, like a real spy.
Because you don't know who to trust, do you?
I know.
Anyone could be anyone in this situation. You've got
Yeah,
double agents and triple agents and God knows what.
It's like a Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with a bit more romanticism in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where they talk about, is there, so, has he mentioned anything kind of weird? It's like, no, mostly about fishing and blah, 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 all that stuff. And, and he used to go out with this guy called Quarrel, who's definitely very expensive. And it kind of leads a bit more suspicion as well, because Quarrel seems to be the one that's in more demand. So he's got something to go on. But yeah, man, look at the cinematography. Like, you want to go on fucking holiday here.
It's Jamaica, isn't it? I didn't realize that they'd actually gone and filmed in Jamaica, but they had done majority of the movie.
Yeah, because they've already got the
globetrotting. Pinewood.
Yeah, they've got the romantic globetrotting aspect to it, down to a T already.
Amazing, yeah.
Mm.
Just look at the scenery, like you said, the cinematography, the scenery.
Yeah.
It just all lends itself to that sort of romanticized spy movie adventure.
I know exactly. I mean, it's
probably
it's still romanticized a little bit though, but it still feels a bit more real though.
Yeah, it's probably what give it its immense appeal as well.
Mm. And I love how he just doesn't give up, even though these guys are clearly trying to deny any connections with what's happened at the moment. But and Bond is just not a guy to back down. He's always a guy that presses his luck because he knows he has to. And you kind of wondering if Quarrel might be dodgy as well. I mean, he's definitely
gives you that impression, doesn't it? Certainly that impression. Like, who is this guy? Dodgy as.
Yeah. Hey, this cracker motherfucker keeps asking questions.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So where's this honky?
Come into my
shed.
We'll
come into the back. We totally won't try to kill you, you know.
Yeah. Come into his shed and I'll lock the door behind you and he pulls a knife on him here, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know, and it's like and look how calm he is as well. He's like he gets grabbed by Puss Fella, which is
shouldn't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah. Of course he fucking gets the drop on him, he fucking knocks Puss Fella down and Quarrel down as well, gets his gun out and
kicks 7 bags of shit out of them.
No. Once again, it's very intense as well. You think Bond is in danger because Audrey Hepburn's sunglasses pops up and it's like
Audrey.
And it turns out it's Felix Leiter, the guy who was supposed to meet, and
exactly.
And it's like, oh, it's safe. We're all friends now.
Surely he knows what James Bond looks like. He's been briefed. Why is
he probably he seems very unsure as well, because when he saw it, he said when he saw him go off with the driver, he was wondering, if he might have been, he might have been another spy from the side.
You went off with the opposition. Is that not the line he used?
Yeah. We figured you might have been the wrong guy.
He's thinking.
Yeah, they figured he might have been a double agent, but no, it's
My bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, I should have studied at school.
I know. I love the line. It's like, I hope he cooks better than he fights. Hey man, I thought we were friends. Why you insult me like that? That hurts, man. Yeah, and this woman's supposed to be Chinese, but she looks more like she looks kind of like a lion,
Aye.
something like that.
She's got a look of Thailand.
Yeah, she kind of looks like more like Southeast Asian or something
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, she's taking photographs of everything, and she seems very insignificant. And this time they're asking, they're talking about this area where they were fishing as well, and they seem to be finding something, and a place called Crab Key almost fucking got them killed, and yeah, it goes, yeah. Oh yeah, it's set for Crab Key as well because they almost got fucking chased off because it owns, and this is where Felix like was about to tell him that it belongs to it belongs to Dr. No, but he gets interrupted by this kind of Asian chick taking pictures of him, so he's like, go get them as well because yeah, she's fucking reporting to someone, isn't she?
Yeah, she's definitely dodgy.
And it's like, so who hired you to take my picture? It's like, I work freelance. It's like, yes, but for whom? Yeah, and she's she's pretty much willing to have her arm broken as well, just to not say the name of Dr. No.
Aye.
And she even fucking smashes the bulb and scrapes him across the face, which I thought, oh,
what the hell? That's gonna sting in the morning. Christ.
Yeah, I love Qualia though. He's a likable character. He is. He's just a very humble guy who's making with these fucking spies. Yeah. Obviously, she won't tell him, so he's like, run along, freelance.
I think that's the good thing about this film is the characters. You don't sort of hear them say a great deal. They don't do a great deal, but
yeah, not spell anything out, do they?
You kind of connect with them though for some reason. That they're just the way that they act and when they do talk.
Yeah, this is another reason why the latest Mission Impossible was really, really a letdown because they just had to fucking go through exposition.
Kills it, doesn't it?
Like I know for like an
just
hour and a half.
Movie. Yeah.
And we never got that with the others. You know, they got straight to the point. Yeah, there was exposition, but it was done in a very sort of like fun way. You know, that made that sucks you in.
Stuff though, wasn't it?
I know.
Goodies and bodies. We need to get the bodies. See, in that last one, in the what was it called? Dead Reckoning. The one before.
Yeah, I mean that was actually a better movie, even though that still had a lot of like spelled out exposition, which fucking pissed me off. But there was still a good pace to it, even though it did get dragged out a tiny bit.
By the time it had finished, though, I didn't know who was the body. Who is the body? Who are they actually after? Because they've got this entity thing that they don't know what it is, and they've got these keys and they don't know what it unlocks. Or like, how is that connected to this entity? And who is this? Oh, that South American guy who's a Gabriel or something they called him.
Yeah, they're even trying to say that the Rabbit's Foot in Mission Impossible 3 was basically like the prototype to fucking the entity or some shit. It's like it was really convoluted. It's convoluted the hell out of it. And
it's too much, man.
I know that's not why 4, 5, and 6 were great because they were very tightly written, they were very well paced, very well structured, and it didn't feel like it was just plodding along.
Yeah.
I know. So this moment here is where he realizes, okay, so whoever is hiring these people to prevent me from sniffing around has definitely got some major influence and definitely is a very dangerous guy, so I have to be wary about it. So we're talking about Crab. So Crab Key seems to be the main point of interest at the moment, that because this is the one that's arousing a lot of suspicion at the moment. So it's like, what do we know about Crab Key? It's like, well, friends of mine went for seashells and we nearly got fucking killed. And it's like, it's owned by Dr. No.
It's all you need to know, isn't it?
Yeah. All you need to know is Dr. No. Once again, as soon as Bond leaves, these guys try to kill him, but then they get interrupted because, oh shit, people there's witnesses. We don't want them to know that we're not blind. We need to. They'll fucking report us to the DWP.
Yeah, he was lucky here, wasn't he? Because they were just about to bump him off.
Yeah, I know.
What was it that happened? Something happened, didn't it? That caused them not to shoot him. Was a car or something?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But whatever it is, they didn't kill him because they don't want to lose that PIP payment for their blindness, their fake blindness. So this is where he goes to have a meeting with Dent, who he saw earlier at the club.
Right.
So he's like, so Strongways came here with these like samples, didn't he? And I was like, yes, but it was all nothing. He tried to make something out of this, and it's like, okay, well, where's the samples then? So the samples are definitely something very important as well, that leads to some vital clues. And it's like, well, I threw them away. It's like, well, where'd you find them then? No idea. All over the place, probably. Crab key? No, that place doesn't exist. And already he's giving himself away. And Bond is... and you can tell Bond knows this guy's fucking lying. And Dent knows that Bond knows he's lying as well.
Yeah. I mean, to say, here's some samples and I don't know where I got them from is just bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bond
So Dent has to warn. Yeah. So Dent has to warn Doctor No that Bond is onto him, and even the guy who owns the boat is like, I don't. No, I'm not going to take you there. No, it's like, listen, I'll take the responsibility. Okay. So he goes to this fucking headquarters, which is like this big sort of, it looks like an oil rig in a way. It's like a big sort of like or something like that anyway. Like a big station.
Has it got Buddy's Lair written on the side of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a big sign saying definitely not Dr. No's lair. Please turn around. Please turn around. Nothing to see here. This is not an underground lair for a nefarious megalomaniac villain. And yet this is actually a very creepy scene as well, where he's in this very big empty hallway and you just hear Dr. No's voice, and it's like...
I thought this was brilliant. Creepy as fuck, wasn't it?
I know. Why are you here? Why have you disobeyed my strictest rule and come in daylight? Like, well, Bond's onto us. I mean, I accidentally gave it away because I'm such a dumbass. And it's like, yes, I know. I told you to kill him and you haven't.
No,
so you better use a spider and do not fail me again. So yeah, if you've got a bit of an arachnophobia, you definitely will not want to watch this next scene.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
Yeah, I think that spiders aren't even that poisonous though. I don't know what spider it is. I mean, Critical would probably establish it a bit more.
Yeah, you'd probably just laugh at it.
Yeah. But this was weird as well, because you got the real bombastic Bond theme playing while he's walking in a room and it's I don't know why. I mean, it's like, couldn't they just played a very, very slow, suspenseful version or something? But no, it was still the first movie. It's still finding its feet.
Still cutting their teeth, weren't they? So
yeah. And I love this. He just goes to check all the things that he implanted as well, and it looks like someone has been in his room.
Yeah, the hair's gone from the wardrobe. Fingerprints all over his briefcase.
I know, and he even sort of gets rid of that. He pours himself a drink and swaps it over, doesn't he? Because it's like, they could have poisoned him.
Yep.
Yeah, just
dummy. Yeah. And then the spider turns up. Yeah. Horrid. It's diabolical.
I know. And this is so it's obviously on a piece of glass as well, and not on his shoulder, because I think you can see a little bit of the shadow on it. But
that shit.
Yeah. And this is actually a stuntman's shoulder here as well. This is not Sean Connery's, because I think Connery wasn't too fond of having that spider walk on his arm.
You're not paying me enough for this shit.
Yeah.
He dispatched the fucker though, didn't he? Fucking hell.
I know, I was like, dumb.
Have some of that, you fucker.
Yeah, the music goes proper Tom and Jerry. Every time he hits the spider, it goes bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, the trumpet man got paid overtime that day.
Yeah.
Wow. It's got a new suit.
Yeah, so this is where he goes to headquarters, and he asks to talk to him about a guy called Dr. No and Crab Key and all, and he gives him some good information. He runs the place like a concentration camp, and it's all rumors, and there's been no official complaints. So there's definitely the mystery is really, the plot is really starting to thicken here. There's a lot of mystery here, and not only that, some files have disappeared as well. So he kind of has an idea who it might be, and it's Miss Tower here. I mean, and he kind of calls her out straight away. He's like, you shouldn't be listening to looking through keyholes like that. It's like, oh no, I'm just trying to find files because if they go missing, I get the blame for it. I'm totally not a mole.
Yeah, of course you're not, love.
I know.
She's like,
yeah, she's obviously a white English woman supposed to be playing a Chinese woman, and she does look more Chinese than the last one. I give her that.
I couldn't decide what they were trying to do with her. She had that sort of sexy eye makeup on, but were they trying to make her look like a Chinese lady?
Yeah, because I don't know, maybe it's some political thing, and they was trying to get the best actors they could, and
Chinese market.
Yeah, people are more forgiving, weren't they? The artwork, the way of fucking cancelling people just because one guy did blackface. I mean, it's kind of weird because we watched. I saw an interview with Billy D. Williams on blackface, and he was like, "Listen, just let actors act."
Yeah,
I know.
Like Robert Downey Jr.
I know, but because that was done as like a piss take of blackface.
Exactly.
There was kind of
people that got upset about it.
Yeah, plus there was these people trying to fucking cancel Bond because of this kind of stuff as well. Like, Bond films back in the day were so racist. It's like,
terrible. Racist, sexist, chauvinist, all that.
Really? Stuff. If it's racist, then why is Quoll such a likable guy?
Exactly.
No,
it's one of the best.
Cool. I like Quoll. But obviously, since the cat found the samples, he's got like Geiger counters, so he decides to check for any radiation, and it turns out, there's some radiation coming off there, so there's definitely something up with Dr. No, and it might lead him to the missiles as well. Yeah, and this is where he finds out about Quoll not risking to go there as well because there's a dragon, and so this is definitely goes back in. This is back in the days when Jamaicans were still a little bit superstitious. I think they still had the voodoo back then as well, a bit more.
The voodoo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because these were kind of still a little bit sort of like tribal people as well, but they were still a bit more civilized as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my fucking words out. I do apologize.
Oh, man. Pull yourself together, man.
Yeah, they still came from a bloodline of people who were still a bit superstitious.
Aye.
Even though they were a bit more civilized, they had machinery and an economy. So he rings up Tao saying, "How about I meet you later?" Then because he asked her to have dinner with her in the office, and obviously he's ringing up as well to sort of like talk about their dates. It's like, oh yes, just take down the road and ignore the 3 blind men trying to kill you, and you'll definitely make it there. And
3 blind mice.
Yes. Yeah, this is still a little bit dated as well. You got the green screen there, which does kind of look a bit unconvincing, but and I think it's maybe one of the very first James Bond chases as well.
Oh, I know a story about this bit. See that digger? Well, it's like a crane.
Yeah.
It was what they call Terence Young, sorry, the director. They turned up to do the chase with the hearse, and the car, which is a Sunbeam Alpine Series 2 convertible, very nice car. They were doing the chase in that digger crane thing. Warner Swayze excavator it was blocking the road. Terence Young had a word with the driver and said, "Can we use it in the scene?" Kind of rewrote the script on the hop. Got a stuntman called Bob Simmons to drive the car underneath that sort of long arm, the metal arm, apparently he said to him, "Oh, your head will just go under." So, like, literally took his life in his own hands to drive this car through like 45 miles an hour. He was doing straight through underneath there. Almost didn't stop the car at the other side because of this sort of the gravel track road and sharp turn and all the rest of it. And then this Bob Simmons stuntman jumped out of that car, jumped into the hearse to drive that, drove it off the cliff and jumped out of the car as it was before it sort of erupted into flames. Like, fucking hell. You couldn't do that now.
Yeah, people nearly got fucking killed making movies back then. I mean, there's CGI that now, but back then, no. You want a fucking car on fire, you'd nearly get fucking killed doing it.
Just found the thing here. It says he's the courageous stuntman then drove the hearse over a ravine, leaping out before it erupted in flames. The girl who owned the car belonging to Bond was she got £10 per day fee for the use of her car, unaware that it would become one of the most famous cars in movie history.
What car is Bond driving as well? Is it like a Bentley or something? Because he
that old hearse thing
doesn't
didn't say on the in the article, but yeah, that car's nice. It's a Sunbeam Alpine Series 2 Sports Tourer convertible that they had shipped in for the movie.
Yeah, that's definitely not a Bentley. Bentleys are a little bit more bigger, aren't they?
Oh, the hearse, you mean?
Oh, the hearse, yeah, sorry.
I have no idea what that is like.
Yeah, because Bond
didn't whatever it is, so it doesn't really matter. It's fun.
Yeah, because Bond's car was a Bentley in the books, and it does get referenced in Goldfinger when Q replaces it with the Aston Martin. But yeah, once again, we got another Bond one-liner where the three blind man actually proved they're blind by driving off the fucking road into their death. So car blows up, and it's like, what happens? It's like, I think they're on their way to a funeral.
Aye, good grief.
Get it? Because they're in a hearse. And they're dead.
Funeral.
Miss Sal comes out and she's really surprised that Bond has made it. Bond, this blind man didn't kill you. I mean, oh, it's nice to meet you. Oh,
come in. Yes. I'm all soggy.
Yeah, no. I'm all wet. Oh, I'm sure you are. Well, I am Sean Connery.
Hello.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, I need to go make a phone call. And she's like, hello. Dodgy people who hired those guys to kill James Bond. He's definitely not dead. I have no idea what happened.
Still alive.
Yes. I think he killed them with his awesomeness. And I love how he's got the towel as well. Like, he looks like he's going to strangle her with it.
That's exactly what I thought he was going to do her in, you know. I thought he was going to do her there and then. Well, he did eventually, but not with the towel, obviously.
Yes. So those guys who sent to kill me definitely did not kill me. So since I'm here, let's shag. Yeah. But I don't want to. Yes, you do. Yeah. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Okay, I do. See? 50 no's and a yes means yes. Let's get it up, actually, yeah. Yes, Sean Connery.
I might have to stop knocking about with you, like.
Oh, bad influence, aren't we? Here we go.
Terrible.
Oh, damn it, double tapping. All right, give me a minute. Let me share the screen because it's a fucking good one. It is.
You got something great. Amazing.
Let's get this on. Bloody double tapping. I do apologise for this.
Have you brought it?
Here we go. And
time for some unfinished business.
No.
Yes.
No, James.
Yes, you are going to have sex with me.
No, James, I don't want to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay, yes.
See that? 50 no's and a yes means yes.
Disgraceful.
So the latest
Yeah.
immigration figures
Hello.
out.
I know what's going on here. Come on. This is really getting unresponsive at the moment. Here we go. Stop screen. Sorry, we're not trying to get political here.
It's, what's his face? The Lotus man.
Written voice. Don't influence fan, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
okay. Those towels and subtitles do hard work censoring. And I love this as well. Bond is such a bastard because all right, he called fucking headquarters to send someone down to arrest her. And while he's waiting, he thinks, I'll give her one more shag while just to kill some time off.
They're not going to be here for 4 minutes, so I'll have a minute to spare.
I know.
Like, what a bastard.
Yeah. So they arrive and he just fucking throws her in and he makes a reference about her nail varnish. She's like, what's the nail varnish? And she just spits at him. And
I know, the dirty bitch. That
I
was
know.
assault. Should have had it done for assault. Dirty bastard.
Yep. So he knows that someone's that Miss Towers has sent someone to kill him now. So he starts fixing the place up to make it look like he's asleep. And yep, what can you do? There's no mobile phones to watch Pornhub on, so he has to just play a nice little game of solitaire, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
And he's got this other Wolff PPK, which doesn't have a hammer on the back.
Yeah.
That's
So,
so Dent comes in, he shoots at the bed, and Bond just fucking gets the drop on him as well, and tells him to drop the gun. Fucking you sit down now and tell me everything you need to know. And of course, Dent's like, well, I may as well tell you since you won't live long enough to see it. So he grabs the gun to try and shoot Bond, and the gun's empty, and Bond's like, well, that's a Smith & Wesson, and you've had your 6. Bang! Fucking kills him.
thump. And then he gives him one in the back just to double tap.
I know.
Good
And
lad.
of course, I know. It also reminds me of another scene. Let me get it up. Oh, come on. Yeah, here we go. Here's the scene. Here's the other scene that reminds me of.
You know what it is, bitch. Bang! 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 Bang!
What the hell was that? What was that? Fucking hell. Put that on again. What was it?
It was off It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Have you watched it?
No,
Yeah, it's.
I've not. I should.
Yeah, I've been watching it
Danny
recently.
DeVito in the chair.
What? Sorry.
Was that
Yeah,
Danny
Danny
DeVito?
DeVito. Yeah, he's
I know what
fucking
you mean.
hilarious in it. He really is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
might
there was
just-
some. Sorry, mate.
I'll just binge watch the entire lot tonight.
Yeah, it kind of you kind of go through the series pretty quickly, even though there's tons of it.
There's about 9 seasons, isn't there? Something.
Yeah, you can watch you can have it on in the fucking background while you're doing something. That's how
Yeah.
much of an easy watch it is.
Aye.
And I think there was a little bit of controversy as well when he shot him the second time because I thought, oh, I don't like that. It makes him look really ruthless, but that's his
He was.
character, though.
That's his job.
Yeah,
He doesn't want him getting up, really.
yeah. So this is
And
where
reloading his Smith & Wesson, and then he would have shot him in the back. He shot him in bed while he was asleep on the job. Dirty bastard.
because Ian Fleming knew these guys as well. I mean, he knew these fucking spies, and he had to do, especially the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. These people had to do really fucking insanely violent, horrific stuff, and it worked. It helped them succeed in their missions.
Exactly.
If you ask anyone in the army, they usually say the fucking psychos are the people that get the job done.
Yeah. That's exactly it, isn't it? Though it's
I know.
how the whole thing started. That Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare was exactly
It was
what it was.
because there was this delusion that in order to win against the enemy, you had to be a gentleman. But they were like, no, we're dealing with fucking an enemy that is of complete psychopaths. You know,
Yeah.
we have to be just as psychopathic as them.
They were still dealing with the Nazi regime, weren't they? So how
Yes,
can
they
we get
was.
around this? How can we get through to these guys and stop what they're doing?
Yeah,
Need to
the
be
only way to
more
stop
ruthless than what
monsters
they are.
is to be the only way to stop monsters is to become a monster.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So obviously, they're thinking, all right, there's no time to waste. Let's get down to Crab Keys, and obviously, Felix Leiter is going to stay behind because if they don't come back in time, then he better send a fucking hit squad onto Crab Key because then they'll know for sure that Dr. No is responsible for James Bond's disappearance. And I love that as well. They kind of got to set sails to not give up, set down the sail and paddle by boat so they don't set off any radars. Because the other boat has a fucking engine and that'll give them away. So yeah, now they got hard there, and Qual gets to drink a nice little bit of rum.
I forgot.
And
about
oh
that,
god, look at these gorgeous shots. Look at them.
Yeah, I need a holiday like now after watching this movie.
Yeah, and Bond spots Honey Rider coming out of the sea, played by the gorgeous Ursula Andress, and oh my god, this is a Bell.
Sorry. Don't know
But
what
a
happened.
lot of fucking 1960s teens soiled their drain pipes looking at her when she first came on.
Yeah, a lot of posters were sold that, yeah.
Oh yes, and yeah, he's loving it as well. And obviously, he catches her attention, and she's like, "Well, who are you? What are you doing? Looking for shells? Nope, I'm just looking." It's like, yeah, I bet you are, you horny bastard.
Dirty bastard.
So this is Honey Rider as well. She's very suspicious of him a little bit, but now he reassures her that he's not going to steal her shells. And I love how he almost laughs at her name as well. It's like Honey Rider. It's like, oh, it's not funny. It's a very pretty name. Once again, very smooth, very cool. He's like very charming, and God, she was beautiful. She really was.
She weren't hard to look at, lad.
I know. The only trouble is, though, she's come onto the island, so obviously she might have attracted some attention, and apparently she knows this island pretty well. She's always looking for shells there, and she's been chased a couple of times, but always manages to escape. And apparently that I don't think she is the most interesting Bond girl. She's like really nice to look at, but she's kind of just a little bit.
Yeah. It's quite
generic.
subdued, isn't she?
Yeah.
I
I mean, there is this good little sort of like character trait of her. Like she's a bit of a worldly person as well. She explores. She hasn't really had a conventional education. She sort of learns from from the people she meets, which
she gets her knowledge from the Junior Encyclopedia of Space.
Yeah.
I think she says at one point.
Yeah, she's been going around in circles for the last 2 years.
Last 3 million years.
Yeah, 3 million years, yeah. But it looks like she has attracted some attention because some of Dr. No's men come over in a yacht and they start fucking firing at them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they stay hidden because they don't know we're here. All they're doing is they're just bluffing. That's all they're doing. They're bluffing.
Just trying to scare them out of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
I know. She's kind of just as superstitious as Quarrel is as well. She's like, there's a dragon here. It's like, listen, there's no dragons. It's all it's all a lot of shit. You need to lay off the drugs.
I've got no idea what they are, but they're not dragons. And then she goes into some spiel about, see, this is like,
yeah, what's that?
With this script, I thought like it was okay. There was nothing that I really questioned. You know, like you could watch Mission Impossible Part 9 or whatever, and I bet you were sat there questioning everything on screen.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a bit convoluted and whatnot. I found that I didn't do any of that on here, but just a couple of the lines were a bit suspect. Like scorpions with sunstroke stinging itself to death. What's that got to do with dragons? Or is she going along the lines of
Yeah, I think she's trying to convince him to, like to stop
open
being
your mind
skeptical.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've
but
been unseen about everything when I see an elephant fly, that kind of thing.
yeah,
I've
but it
seen
does
a
kind
house
of
fly.
adds a bit of contrast to their characters as well. Bond is
Aye.
a very sort of like serious business like guy who's kind of a realist as well.
Down to
He has
earth,
no
yeah.
time for superstitions. He sees things how they are.
Aye. She doesn't. She's on acid.
Yeah. Yeah, she's obviously not a city girl. She hangs around with a lot of natives and locals and all that. Kind of like that. So, yeah. So, let me get back onto the slide.
She's gonna get it either way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get arrested. Like,
She's not. It's not her voice. That's her actual voice on the film. It's dubbed as well
it was
by another
dubbed,
woman.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot
by
about
the same woman who did Cloudi P in Thunderball.
Aye.
Yeah. Trouble is though, the boat is all shut up, so they have to fucking try and hard as well because Doctor No sent more of his men to look for him, and I like this as well. They use these bamboo sticks as well to sort of like basically to snorkel in a way.
Even though you can see them 6 inches under the water.
Yeah.
And they're waving the fucking bamboo sticks around like there's no tomorrow. But
yeah, and Bond just fucking Splinter Cell Sam Fisher's him and just stabs him. And it's like, once again, showing you what a ruthless bastard Bond can be when he needs to be.
Yeah, awful. It's like watching the scene from Revenge of the Sith where Anakin kills all the kids. It's a bit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
that
not
was
quite
fucking
that harsh.
ballsy, that was ballsy.
Ruthless.
And this is where we...
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, what was you saying?
Ruthless is what I was trying to get at. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And this is where we do kind of get to know, Honey Rider a little bit. And like I said, they're trying to give her some kind of character, and she's just... There are much more interesting Bond girls in the franchise, but she's okay. It's just a bit flat. But...
Kind of naive, kind of.
Yeah, she's very naive. I think that's why... I think that's what I wanted to do as well. Bond is very experienced and seasoned, while she's still very young and very optimistic and a little bit whimsical, for lack of a better term. And she's had a tragic past as well. It used to be her dad, who used to be a marine zoologist, everything, and he would do a lot with her. But then she died, and she was kind of alone, and she had nowhere to live. She was practically a drifter going around the world, and this one guy gave her a place to stay for free, but then tried to pretty much SA her.
He was a mole Esther, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a more Lester. Yeah. And she fucking put a Black Widow Sparrow in his bed, and
that's what
told him. It's like, I love Bond's face as well when she says it, and he's like, "Did I do wrong?" And it's like, "Yeah, it would be best if you don't make a habit of it." Because we've already seen a scene earlier where Spider was trying to kill him. So yeah, it's a nice little callback.
Yeah.
So obviously this is where we found the dragon, and it's just a big fucking tank with dragon painted on it.
Flamethrower. This is awful as well. Poor Quarrel. Spoiler alert, everyone.
Yeah, poor Quarrel as well. I mean, he gets a fucking brutal death. I mean, he's bent.
Literally gets roasted, doesn't he?
I know, Jesus Christ, man.
Roasted. God damn it.
Yeah, it's pretty violent for its time. I mean, it's still sort of PG violence. He doesn't linger too much on him fucking getting cooked to a crisp. But, it's still...
I mean, you can hear him sizzle for a little bit.
I know.
Nothing too graphic, screams and stuff. Blistering skin peeling away from the bone, but nothing, nothing too mad. Nothing you don't see in Saturday cartoons.
I know. I mean, that's the thing is that you can't. I don't know if you ever saw that footage of the football stadium burning up from years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you saw that guy walking around who was covered in flames, and he wasn't screaming in pain or anything. He was just walking around like he was in a daze before he fell to the ground.
Horrendous.
Yeah, because it's almost like it's kind of like it's suffocating you or something like that.
Yeah. Just soaks up all the oxygen around you. So
Yeah. So they're captured now, so they're taken down to get cleaned off from all the radiation that was on the island, and a lot of people are claiming that they saw a little bit of Ursula Andress nude in it, but if you pause it, you notice she's wearing a flesh-covered skin suit.
damn it.
And really let down and
Took
all.
me 3 hours to realise that.
And
On pause, nearly.
it's basically a flesh suit to
Yeah.
just so they don't accidentally catch a nipple or some shit like that.
So they've tried to kill them, they've tried to shoot them and stab them and shoot them and burn them and fry them alive and radioactivate them to death. And now they've got like free B and B.
I know, yeah. With free coffee as well. That
coffee,
knocks you
raw,
off.
the little
drug
peppermint by the bed,
Yeah.
copy of the Gideon Bible, everything. And then
I
the
know,
fucking
wouldn't it have just
poison
made
them with
sense?
coffee.
I know, yeah.
Fuck.
I was almost going to say it would have made sense to kill them, but then again, I think Dr. No needs to find out what they need to what they do know.
But they've given them all this hospitality and then sort of knocked them out.
Yeah, it still doesn't make no sense why they just knocked him out. I mean, why couldn't they
Mad.
just I know. And this is the first time we see Dr. No as well, and it's a good little bit of mystery as well. He's got the metal hands and everything, and yeah, so they're all dressed up as well. He's wearing those Chinese collar suits, those Mandarin suits, I think they're called.
Yep. Chinese Mandarin collar and nice.
And I was wondering, and this kind of surprised me as well. You saw these fish that were just really big, and it turns out it's just the glass as well. It just magnifies them to make them look big. But it kind of shows a bit of geography as well. It shows that they are deep below the sea here. This is an undersea base.
It's a proper buddies cave, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Probably.
sorry.
I was going to say, probably haven't seen anything like this before in cinema, where the sort of bad guy's lair was cut into the side of a mountain or a volcano or whatever.
I know, it's like it's like primitive but classy.
Yeah,
that's how I describe it anyway. And
but I'm just wondering if it's ever been used in any movies prior to this. That sort of aesthetic.
And Joseph Wiseman is actually very creepy here as well. He's not. This it's like we're 3/4 of the way into the movie, and this is where we finally get to meet him. And and a lot of people gave shit because he's a white guy playing the Chinese, but he's Chinese German.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of skirted around it, didn't it?
Yeah, I think he was in the books as well. I think he was in the books as well, and there's another thing as well, like his heart was on the left side of his chest. You know, it's and the plot's a bit more different as well. Here he's stealing like nuclear missiles, but in the book, he was trying to capitalize on bird shit, guano, because it could be made into a lot of things, and Ace Ventura 2 pretty much ripped off the plot from the original Dr. No novel.
What's that? Say again?
Ace Ventura 2 pretty much ripped off the book's plot to Dr. No.
Really?
Yeah, because it also has a nefarious villain sort of. It also has a villain capitalizing on guano.
Oh, batshit, isn't it?
Yeah, I think in Dr. No it was bad shit. So I don't know. Maybe there's a guano that's both bad shit and bad shit. I don't really know.
It's got some medicinal properties, has it not?
Probably is. It's been a while since I read the book, but it's and you can really see that he's what an unfeeling psychopath he is as well. The lack of emotion in his face when he talks, everything. It's Toxic will probably go on and say, "Yeah, well, he's Asian, of course he lacks emotion." So, and I think this was a bit of a joke as well, because this painting here was well known for missing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently this painting was missing for a long time, and this was like a joke saying, "Yeah."
Bond gave it quite some consideration, didn't he, as he walked past it? And I'm thinking, what is that So that painting there's like famously been stolen from somewhere, and it's
Yeah,
just happens to
apparently it
be
went missing. Yeah, apparently it
Dr.
went
No
missing.
has it in his fucking volcano. Get in, son. You dirty
Yeah,
bastard.
so it's a nice little joke. Like Doctor No stole it for his own name. Whoa, what was it called? Display. That's it.
That makes the movie 10 times better then. That's class.
Yeah, damn those suits, damn those Leicesters. Yeah, Nix. That's a basic fish tank, proper for the waiting room to the doctor. No appointment required.
Exactly.
Mm.
I typed in batshit to see what it was called, and it came up with completely mad or crazy.
Oh, I have to type just guano then, because I'll have to.
Yeah, it's got that underneath. Guano is also used to describe the accumulated excrement of seabirds and seals. Another one of those facts tomorrow.
So it can be birds and seals and that. So there probably is something to capitalise on it.
Just
So so obviously he was kind of an abomination because he had a German father and a Chinese woman, and of course back then this was kind of like something that wasn't exactly so it was something that was frowned upon.
It's quite a mix.
Yeah, so he's basically the Germans don't want him and the fucking Chinese don't want him either, but he has managed to pull up his bootstraps and fucking work for what he got. He became a treasure, everything. Yeah, he even stole $10 million of American gold to basically build his fucking little empire here.
He stole 10 million.
Yeah. So he worked for the treasury and stole the gold.
Reminds us of the It Crowd when Denham says all I had when I was a child was a dream and £6 million. My father left me.
Oh God, I love that show.
Yeah, I dragged myself up from nothing, but I stole $10 million and built this volcano. All right.
Yeah, and the thing is, he has actually got his hands dirty as well. Him sort of like experimenting with the
he hasn't got any
nuclear
hands.
powers cost him his hands. So yeah.
Yeah, got his hands dirty and then lost them. Fucking hell.
And I love how Bond is sort of like sort of bluffing as well. Yes, well, I sent out reports, saying I'm here. So if you kill me, all the Americans are going to come after you. So you're pretty much fucked anyway. You may as well just let us go. And it's like, nah, I think you're full of shit, Bond.
Should have called this film No Finger.
Yeah, no fingers. Yeah.
He looks like Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, he does a little bit. Yeah, very evil Jimmy Carr.
But
I like it. You always get the villain trying to convince Bond to come onto their side because he seems like a very valuable asset. And obviously Bond being chivalrous, being sexist, saying the girl shouldn't be involved in this. This dangerous line, you should let her go because she's just a fragile old woman. She's not strong or independent. So, and the thing is that this is one thing I kind of question as well, because they take her and it says, "Don't worry, we'll be done with her soon." And he's like, "I meant take her away, not kill her." And he's like, "What do you think he was going to do? He's not going to fucking leave witnesses, is he?"
Yeah, he's a bit of a bad lad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I think Bond was kind of using it as a way so he could grab something, so he could hit Dr. No with, but Dr. No calls him out on it. And this is where we also learn that Dr. No is working for Spectre, which we will learn even more of later on in the series. And I can't. And this pretty much is one of my favourite moments there, where he says, "Well, domination, the same old dream. We have sounds full of people who think they're Napoleon or God," and this really does establish just how the Bond and characters like Blofeld, Dr. No, Goldfinger, or Scaramanga are basically the flip sides of the same coin. Thing is that Bond does have a moral compass. He hates these people who are trying to kill innocent people to take over the world. So it shows that Bond is a good guy. He still has principles. He still has a conscience.
But he can be ruthless.
Yeah, he's
when
he's ruthless against people who deserve the ruthlessness.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a scene similar in The Man with the Golden Gun where Scaramanga's like, "Hey, we're awesome at killing, aren't we?" And Bond's like, "When I kill, it's under the orders of my government, and the people I kill are they themselves killers."
Yeah. Good lad, Jimmy.
Yeah. So obviously, Dr. No pretty much gives up trying to convince him to side with him. So, yeah, beats up Bond and fucking has him thrown into this cell. Now, this is a lot different from the book, because in the book, he makes Bond go through all these fucking crazy trials. You know, he has to overcome these like dangerous obstacles, and which then leads him to take on a giant octopus.
What?
Yep. He makes him go through all these sort of elaborate sort of like traps that are very dangerous, and he's testing him as well to see how well if he can survive them for some reason, and he ends up taking on an octopus. It's really bizarre, and I'm really glad they left this out of the movie because, I mean, apart from the budgeting issues, it just seems a little bit fucking out there.
Would have been a rubber octopus, and it would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
Would have been
like it would have been like Bela Lugosi in that fucking Edward D. Wood movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so instead they just changed it to Bond escaping through the vents, and yeah, fucking hell, he gets fucked up, he burns his hands, everything, he tries to climb down, but he falls, he almost fucking busts his back open. He almost gets drowned and washed away by the water, and yeah, he's really gone through it and all. So he escapes, and he just strangles this other guy and dresses up as a baby's bottle. You know, he's got the nuclear suit on, radioactive suit to protect him. And then you got Dr. No there with a big condom on his head, and next to this guy who looks like a big fucking condom.
Yeah, he does look like a cock, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Dear me.
Yeah, so obviously they're setting off the getting ready to set the nuclear missiles off, and then Bond just fucking takes down this guy, and he starts cranking the danger up and sends the whole layer into overdrive.
So why did he design he designed a machine that can literally go past 11?
Yeah.
Why it's like have it only go up to 19? He's cranked it up to 25 and blew the fucking place to bits.
Yeah.
Who invented that machine? Idiot.
So obviously the place is about to go into a fucking meltdown now because he's just raised the nuclear levels to fucking danger level, anyway, for lack of a better term. And he gets into this little fight as well where they're about to get lowered into the boiling clear water. And yeah, and what I always love is that the best Bond villain deaths always have to be a fuck you, because he gets killed by his own radiation as well as his own hands.
Yeah. He is his own undoing. I'm just trying to see what Dr. No actually was up to. He was trying to that nuclear whatever it was some kind of radio jamming device that they were trying to disrupt a Project Mercury space launch at Cape Canaveral. So all those screens where you saw that what looked like a missile was actually a Cape Canaveral space launch program that he was trying to disrupt for some reason. I always thought it was a bit of a weak one for a bad guy.
Yeah, it's not always totally clear, is it?
Not exactly world domination, but it's still pretty ruthless and yeah.
I don't like Goldfinger's fucking plot though. All he has to do is just fucking set a nuclear device off in Fort Knox, rendering all the gold in there useless. That way, all the gold he has becomes even more fucking profitable. Yeah. I really like that.
And he nearly fried Bond's knackers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or testicles for our American friends.
Yeah, so everyone's running out saying, "Oh my god, this place is about to blow up. We need to get out of here." Ah.
Yeah, and everyone's running in opposite directions. Why don't you just
Yeah.
all go towards the exit, you bunch of idiots? Fucking
Yeah, no, everyone's running. Yeah, and you get that one guy.
zigzagging.
Yeah, and one guy just grabs a lady going, "It's a cookbook. It's a cookbook."
Oh, honestly.
So yeah, Bond goes to rescue Honey Rider, who's I think she's just there for the water levels to rise and drown her. In the original script, it was going to be these like lobsters that were going to pinch her to death or some
hell.
shit. But yeah, but they left it out
Cool.
anyway. I thought it was too ridiculous. So
Too
Yeah.
evil. It's the easiest rescue he's ever done. Like, just unclip the handcuffs.
yeah,
Thought he was
so
going
everyone
to
escapes.
through them.
Yeah, and Bond escapes. The place blows up, and he's like, "Well, we're going to be in this ocean for a while, so shall we shag now or shag later?"
What should we do?
Yeah.
Well, don't know.
And then fucking Felix Leiter comes up saying, "Ahoy, Mr. Bond! Ahoy, Mr. Bond!" And like, being a total cock blocker.
Ah. Felix, you knobber.
Yeah, and it's like, so you clearly don't need no help, Mr. Bond. So he passes him the rope so they can bring Bond back to land. But then Bond decides, nah, fuck this. Let's just drift off into the ocean and do a lot of shagging.
I'm getting a boner, so I'll
Yeah.
leave go of the rope.
And that was Dr. No. And yeah, it's still a very humble start to the franchise, but it gets a lot right, and it does sort of like it's a stepping stone for what would later become something very big and something brilliant, even more.
The
Just
things that
evolve.
it spawned, like 26, 27 Bond movies, 60-year span. We
Yeah,
had things like the Bourne Identity and stuff like that. What else have we had? Like spy movies.
we've had Spoof, we've had
Austin Powers, Mission Impossible.
We've had tons of fucking spy spoofs as well. Some that have been really great, others that haven't.
Absolutely.
We've had stuff that has basically been inspired by Bond, like Get Smashed, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I Spy. It really did. It was a stepping stone for what would be the biggest franchise. It's still a little rough around the edges. It's still sort of like finding its identity, but all in all, it is still. I think it's still essential viewing.
Very, very essential building block in what would become.
Yeah, it's good to sort of just
biggest
see how it all
franchise
started and how they started and where they went from after.
Spawned the likes of Kingsman, etc.
Yeah, Kingsman is such a fucking good film. That first one is good. But not only that, it showed it gave the chance for Sean Connery to be more of a leading man. He was he was perfect, even though he had a lot of people going against him for the role because people who read the books saw David Niven.
Ah, really?
Yeah. And it's weird though because he would eventually play Bond in the Casino Royale spoof, and
I don't think he's rugged enough. He's got like suaveness and etc. The quintessential sort of vibe, but I can't imagine David Niven beating baddies up like.
Yeah, the thing is, David Niven is very charming, and he was a World War II veteran, so he's a fucking hard man in real life, and he was a gentleman in real life. I can sort of see why, but
it doesn't come across as that though. You might as well have Terry Thomas, you know. Ding dong.
Oh, that was Goldfinger Low Toxic, but there is a good bit where he shags a woman who he knows is a mole, and he calls someone to have her fucking arrested, and while he's waiting for them to arrive, he gives her another shag again, just to kill off time.
We've got 4 minutes, love, till the taxi comes.
Yeah. 4 minutes before I throw your fucking ass in jail.
But the fact that Bond became what it became and how the things that he does and says are so frowned upon now absolutely fucking boils my piss. As a man, it boils my piss. Because everything he did, to me, was consensual. Like, the women that he was involved with fell for him. And I was like, right, let's go to my hotel room and do what humans do. But like to put him in this sort of pigeonhole and say that he's sort of chauvinistic. I'm not going to say misogynistic because that word's just battered around far too much. I don't
is,
think
yeah.
people even know what the fuck it means. It's not misogyny because he doesn't fucking hate women. He loves women. Come on. It's,
know, it's-
there is a little air of
Little.
chauvinism there where he takes a sort of a superior stand and sort of coerces them to his bed. But the be all and end all is it's all consensual. There's nothing underhanded going on here, that they're not being molested or assaulted by him,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, fucking
It's
hell,
fucking ruining cinema, this sort of leftist approach to everything has to be perfect. Like, who do you want to make these films for?
Yeah, they want meant to be fucking cooks who treat women like fucking queens, who don't want to take any responsibility or accountability for their actions. It's like, no. Bond.
Thank you, Nix.
Bond is the reason why we need bastards in this world, because these are the guys that do the most dangerous jobs. They're the ones that can take on these people who are downright psychopaths. And that's what I love about Bond. He's ruthless, but he's not a psychopath. I've had people say he is one, but they clearly do not know what a fucking psychopath is. Maybe a bit
Maybe a
of
sociopath.
maybe a little bit of a sociopath in a way, but he's still a good guy. He still has a conscience. He's still
He's there to protect
heroic.
for Queen and country, or for king and country, and he's there to put himself between you and harm's way every time.
Yeah,
regardless of the outcome. That's what I like.
Yeah,
We don't see that now. Why the fuck do we want women to be men now? I certainly don't. I don't want women to be men. I prefer them to be female or feminine.
Yeah, because they kind of tried to do this in Scandinavia, but all it did is just backtrack on. There's something about the hierarchies as well, where Jordan Peterson describes it 10 times fucking better than I could. So, and we probably all watched his videos anyway to understand it. But yeah, it's like nature kind of heals.
Yeah,
I mean, because
crazy.
I think I saw one news clipping on a woman who what's the fucking term? Became a fucking man, then killed herself because being a man was hard.
Yeah, I know the one. Yeah, she did. She went sort of incognito, undercover, to explore like what it meant to be male, and to see how males were treated by both male and female of the species. And she ended up not being alive at her own hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she couldn't believe how men were treated.
Plus, we need guys to be a bit more like James Bond again. We need, to.
We do. That's why,
because we're kind of being fucking. We're seeing grown men acting like fucking big kids who don't want to look after themselves now, or dressed a bit more smartly now, do they? It's like they wear like sweatpants for 3 fucking days. While James Bond, he's out there every day, impeccably dressed, always making an appearance, always owning the room. He always owns the room.
He does, with his Anthony Sinclair suits.
Exactly.
Smart as a carrot, as my mum used to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near as suave and fucking charming as Bond.
Yeah, you're not.
That's why I love this character, because he's everything I want to be. Even though I'm a fucking grown man now, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's everything I want you to be too.
Yeah.
I don't know. You scrub up all right for a fucking potato.
Yeah, though, yeah. I look good in the suit though, but I don't think I have the actual fucking suave demeanor that Connery has. Though, I mean, no way, man, no way. I mean, look at me, I fucking stammer like an idiot, but
yeah, but you do stand in the mirror for like 8 hours a day practicing, though, don't you? That's what I've heard anyway. I think it was Toxic that said it. That told me you stand in the mirror for hours.
Yeah, we do got to go back to Cold War Bond, because
that's a brilliant.
Bond's West set during that time.
That's a brilliant point the point I've tried to make before as well. That I think if they went back to the 60s and restarted it that way, that I don't know how many movies you would get out of it, but I think it'd be a good place to aim for. It might be like doing what they did with The Batman, where it was a standalone, like The Joker or Joker. That was a standalone thing. Maybe it was a different universe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be an interesting take to see it done back in the 60s, where Bond had his roots and his initial beginnings, if you like.
I know, because even the novels that were written like 10 years ago or 20 years ago are still set in the 60s. They can probably still do some stories with them.
Aye, yeah. Definitely. But I think even if they did that in the interim, do a 60s Bond while they're deciding what the fuck they want to do with modern day Bond, give them a few years to come up with something. I think they're going to ruin it. I know they are.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking.
They are.
It's
Unless
going
they
to
get
get shit.
Yeah. Unless they get the fucking people that did Reacher or something like that, I doubt. I have no faith in what Amazon will do to Bond.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Aaron Taylor Johnson play Bond because I think he's kind of
right.
Yeah.
I
He was
think
great in
he
Bullet
would,
Train.
right? Yeah.
Right, and he's old enough now. He looks like someone who can fucking handle himself. He looks good in his suit, and I think he can play it off classy. I mean, I was almost going to say the guy from Kingsman, but we've kind of already seen him sort of play that role anyway, haven't we?
I couldn't get away with him being Bond, because, like you say, he's already done something very close, but he's always going to be Eddie the Eagle, isn't he? Really?
Yeah. And I don't see Tom Hardy being Bond. I do see Tom Hardy being a Bond villain, though.
He's too old. He's older than.
Yeah. I mean, even back when he was younger, I didn't really think he could be a good Bond.
Not really.
He'd be a great fucking Bond villain. He really would.
I think he would. He'd be a good Bond villain, or maybe he's another 00 like they did with Sean Bean in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
That sort
Sean
of
Bean almost could have been a good Bond, though. I think if they hadn't got Pierce Brosnan and Timothy Dalton still agreed not to do it anymore, I think Sean Bean could have been a good Bond. Who knows?
Yeah.
Got a bit of a northern Bond. All right. I'll have pint of bitter, none of that fucking martini crap, man.
Pint of bitter, shaken, not stirred.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking Yorkshire Bond anyway. Well, why not? They've had an English fucking London Bond, a Welsh Bond, Irish Bond.
Yeah. Just need like Chinese Bond, don't we? Or
yeah.
just
or Black Trans Bond.
Yeah. Just to get that diversity quota jammed in there. David Wilson has sent us a nice compliment there.
Yeah, good to see you two back together. I really enjoy when you two are on, get a lot of information, always get a laugh. Yeah, no, I'm going to try and see if I can do more smaller streams now these days. Because I think sometimes you get a lot of people on it. Yeah. No, people end up talking over each other a bit too much. But I think I'll do the bigger streams when I do the top 5, this and that kind of thing. Because I think that's a good one to get a few people on.
It is good. What do you reckon? What would be the next top 5, top 10 thing, do you reckon?
I have no idea. I think I might do Miami Vice Series 3, something like that, because I want to try and get through them also. And
we talked about Father Ted, didn't we, last time?
Yeah, I'll try and do Father Ted as well, but
that
is a great series. That really is.
That'd be a good one.
Or I could just do a stream where I just talk about
a load of bollocks.
Do a series on that. Do a stream on each series one day, something like that. So I want to do the same with Red Dwarf and maybe and some other stuff as well, because I'm getting some good ideas as well, like other streams now. I'm doing streams by myself. And plus, I can get super chats in now these days, super stickers, and so I might start trying to do more streams, because there's some other stuff I don't want to talk about, but don't always get time to edit. So solo streams seems to be very good at the moment for that sort of thing. Unnecessary boob censorship. Yeah, when.
Yeah. Bring back the boob. That's what we say. We should have a boob.
Yeah, we should do top 5 fucking nudie scenes in a movie. I mean, I'll probably have to be a bit careful so I don't get my channel shut down. But hey, nudie scenes in movies probably will get the fucking rating.
Straight into my brain. There was Under Siege with what's her first when she jumps out of the cake.
Yeah, Annika.
Bells.
Annika something there.
Erika Elniak. That's her.
That's it.
Eric.
Yeah.
And I saw that at the cinema. So her boobs were 25 foot wide. Fucking hell. What a day.
Yeah, I bet those boobs are a lot lower these days, yeah.
20-foot boobs, man, on the screen. Amazing.
Okay, that's been 30 years now since that movie.
Is it?
Christ. 30 years.
Toxic, if you're still in the chat, I have to apologise for falling asleep when I said I would come on your stream. I know I have already apologised to the lad, but my God, I was in a fucking coma. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping very well lately, and I've just been ill all the time. So, yeah, sorry, everyone. I'm such a fucking flake at the minute. I'm surprised I get invited on anything ever.
I know. I was worried you wasn't going to make it on here, but I thought then I saw
I couldn't let you down, mate.
I know. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you didn't, man.
But my God, yeah. I woke up and I thought, oh shit. And like, I don't know if these were about an hour into the stream, and I couldn't even fucking open my eyes properly. I didn't even know where I was for the first half hour. Absolutely knackered.
Yeah, I know what's up, man. Is it just the fucking weather? Is it? I don't know.
All sorts, mate. It's just I'll talk here about it at some point, because it's just the things that's been going on behind the scenes for me recently over the past year.
Yeah.
It's
fair play. Yeah, fair play, man. Yes. Tell me about it in the green room after we finish, because I'm going to be finishing off soon anyway. So we talked about the movie, and I don't think there's anything else we can say about it, because that always seems to be the case. You know, as soon as I go through the movie, I say what I need to say, and as soon as it's finished, I'm thinking, okay, is there anything else I can talk about?
No, I think we've done it some justice, to be honest with you, mate. I think we've had a little bit of trivia and whatnot, and had a good time with it.
Yeah,
Hope the audience have enjoyed it.
Yeah, so my final thoughts is it's a great starting point to what would become this really big thing that would leave a lasting impact on the world.
Absolutely blew up, didn't it?
Yeah.
From here on in. It spawned like 27 movies or something. And then every spy film that came after it, everything gets compared to Bond. Even the likes of the Mission Impossibles and the Jason Bournes and stuff. You see it all the time.
It definitely set the standard.
100%. 100%. And it made like 60 times its budget in the box office, which has to speak for something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Cheers, Nix.
Yes, thanks, Nix.
And if you need to give us a rating for the movie at that time, what would have been, and compared to what we have a score for nowadays? Yeah, I'm guessing. What rating would have given it? Yeah, I'd probably give it. Maybe I'll still give it like 4 potatoes out of 5, because there are better Bonds out there, but this is still better than the weaker ones as well, because it's got that fine line between espionage and mystery and the romanticism as well, which would and it still feels a bit more realistic as well. It's still very grounded. It's a lot more humble compared to the others. So I
would give it 6 carrots out of 10.
Yeah.
For all it's not bombastic, it's not action packed. It does what it needs to do, does what it says on the tin, and seeing what it actually spawned here.
Yeah, there's still something very low key about it, isn't there? Yeah, compared to
it's a watchable movie. It's not the greatest thing you're ever going to see, but it's definitely worth investing your time in.
Yeah, especially thanks to Sean Connery's charisma, because he pretty much keeps this movie going as well.
Well, he's a bonny lad, isn't he? He's not hideous in any sense. He's got the looks and the charm and the charisma. He's definitely got it all.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so I probably will. Yeah, so probably we'll end the show on there because, like I said, I don't think there's anything else we can mention anymore. Now we've gone through the whole film. We've given you our thoughts. We've given a little bit of trivia as well on what was going on during production. You know, there's probably 10 tons more that we could go on, but
definitely.
we've all got Internet Movie Database for that shit anyway. So
you don't want to listen to our bollocks.
I know.
But we will thank the audience for putting up with us for 2 hours of non-stop bullshit.
So yeah, Bruce McFadden, David Wilson, Nix, Proxafal, Lord Toxic, and who else? Razor.
Me.
Yeah.
Don't forget me.
I know, yeah. Just talking to the chat now. Is there anyone else I missed? Yeah. Oh, well, that's it then. Yeah, thanks for joining us. And yeah, thanks once again, Bandad Menace. And we'll do something else later on as well. Leave me some suggestions later and I'll get them organised. So yeah, once again, thanks for joining me. And I'm so glad you didn't wake up real fucking late before the stream. I'm really glad
wake up on Tuesday.
Yeah. But I do hope you get better as well, and I hope whatever's going on gets sorted. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and wherever you beautiful bastards are, Northern English or not, thanks for watching, and do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and to ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then the links are in the description below. But right now, that's me done, and we're off to the pub, and enjoy your weekend, you beautiful bastards.
Can I have spuds, please?
Spuds! Good choice. George's song. Listen very carefully. The question comes straight after. Baked potato changed my life. Baked potato showed me the way. If you want to know what is wrong from right, you must listen to what potatoes say.
Do be good, don't be bad.
Potato.
Do be happy, don't be sad.
Thank you, baked potato. And if you want to have a better day, you must listen to what the baked potatoes say.
Do be early, don't be late.
Thank you, baked potato.
Always eat what's on your plate.
Thank you, baked potato. And if you want to have a better day, you must listen to what the baked